internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward.
Take on it.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world.
XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over Swift one day?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours in Crypto. Let's get right into today's video. 2025 is going to be a heck of a year for every single XRP holder. We are going to have such a good laugh at all the individuals that doubted us, that laughed at us, that thought we were crazy, because XRP is going to do the unexpected. And when it does, people are going to say, what is going on? And XRP and its RLUSD, they're never going to look back. And in today's episode, we are going to connect the US Treasury, RLUSD, Ripple, XRP. This is long in the making, and we're just going to scratch the surface with the information in today's episode. But I highly recommend you do not want to miss a second of this. This has got to be at least top 10 in terms of the importance of what was said here. And listen very closely, because the OCC also came out yesterday, right? We didn't go into detail, but if you're not familiar with the OCC, it regulates and supervises all national banks, federal saving associations, and federal branches and agencies of foreign banks. And they came out and they said that they are good to go for banks to, start interacting with digital assets. And right here, listen to this: addressing whether banks may act as nodes on the independent node verification network, distributed ledger, to verify customer payments and engage in certain stablecoin activities to facilitate payments transactions on a distributed ledger. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, are you hearing that? Stablecoin activities to facilitate payment transactions on a distributed ledger. And I'm not going to, like I said, this is going to be scratching the surface. And let's set the tone. What was said yesterday at the summit in regards to setting up a stablecoin regime, because this is so important to what we have to cover.
And we are going to put a lot of thought into the stablecoin regime. And as President Trump has directed, we are going to keep the U.S. the dominant reserve currency in the world, and we will use stablecoins to do that.
It's honestly, I can't believe it's all right in front of our faces, and only a handful of individuals will understand the importance of this. And this is Brad Garlinghouse POV right here from yesterday. And you got Trump sitting right there. A lot of people are making these comments how, Brad Garlinghouse is at the edge of the table, right at the corner of the table. I'm not even going to bother saying anything. And you guys know Chris Giancarlo, maybe I'll play that famous clip at the end of today's episode, but it's been long in the making. Remember all those closed door meetings? I've told you guys since day one, and everything is playing out perfectly, guys. Isn't it? Just please leave a comment and just let me know how crazy it is. Isn't it just absolutely crazy? But take a listen to this.
So these two developments have created opportunities to upgrade the plumbing with two possible systems, to upgrade the plumbing.
And as soon as they understand that this is just a simpler infrastructure way, I mean, look, in some ways we're plumbers. Like, we're enabling a much more efficient plumbing, but the endpoint,
describe myself as we're a plumber to the global financial infrastructure.
One is fast payment systems, and the second is tokenization of money. And if we combine these two technological systems with updating regulations in the United States, I think we can foster faster adoption, ensure stable money, and modernize the U.S. money and payment system. This new system would create substantial, in my view, economic benefits in addition to increasing efficiency of payments. And I'll talk about those benefits. And finally, I would just say there is a reason to engage purposefully in modernizing payments right now. because many other countries also are embracing new payment technologies to further their own economic and geopolitical objectives.
They're talking about upgrading the new system and creating a regulation around it so they could foster faster adoption. Wow. And remember, at the end of the day, it comes down to financial stability. I've been saying this for a very long time on this channel. Financial stability is going to be key, and it's going to have a crucial role. And now take a listen to this when she talks about counterparty risk, liquidity costs, and having risk and transferring value and moving over to a new system.
And settlement can take days in the US still. And then, as you know, cross-border payments are even more expensive. So an important cause of inefficiency in the current payment system is that a non-cash payment typically involves a gap in time between when you initiate a payment and the transfer of funds. And this means that payments don't settle in real time, and in that interval, they create counterparty risks and liquidity costs for the payees, the receivers, because it takes time to receive a payment. And, you know, payments are expensive, and they're error-prone, and they're inaccessible because of these frictions in transferring value across the banks, across these silos. So if you think of payments being inefficient for this reason, it suggests there's two ways to improve the status quo. The first is just to make more efficient the mechanisms for transferring value across the data silos. And that's what retail fast payment systems do. A second option is to move from the current system of silos to a new system in which data resides on a ledger, a common ledger. And that is what tokenized money is. So those are two different ways to think about upgrading the system.
And here we have, you guys heard it in today's first episode, her calling out pretty much Ripple creating its stablecoin. And this goes hand in hand with how the BIS initiatives, right? BIS, Ripple, they've been working on this for a very long time. And she states this here that, you know, BIS is taking the lead.
As I mentioned, the current use in the US is quite limited. Stable coins are usually based only to trade crypto, not yet used for payments, although there is a non-bank payment provider that is now issuing a stable coin to try to use for merchants. There is a non-bank payment provider that is now issuing a stable coin to try to use for merchants. But there are very important initiatives being led by, like the BIS Innovation Hub, to explore tokenization for cross-border payments, which includes central banks and private firms to explore.
And we are going to put a lot of thought into the stablecoin regime. And as President Trump has directed, we are going to keep the U.S. the dominant reserve currency in the world, and we will use stablecoins to do that.
I can't believe how fast we are accelerating right now and how 2024 and leading into 2025, things are drastically going to pick up. And here we have her talking about, again, a well-regulated stablecoin issued by a non-bank. And then she goes and references some countries that, again, Ripple plays a big role in.
And many of these jurisdictions are establishing interlinkages with one another, but countries like Brazil, India, Thailand have shown that these payment systems, if you put in the right infrastructure, can grow very, very rapidly. Whoops, let me go back. Tokenization is a little more abstract. Probably you have less, practical interaction with it unless you use stable coins for payments, which many people have not yet done. Use stable coins for payments, which many people have not yet done. But it could include tokenized deposits by banks, what we would call well-regulated stable coins issued by non-banks, and some digital assets asset by the central bank. Ownership of this tokenized money would be on a shared ledger, which is then accessible to all the participants. and they can transfer peer-to-peer on this shared ledger. And it's done in one single all or nothing step. And so it's less error prone and can be faster, and it's definitely instant. So this means payments are fast, again, less prone to errors because the balance sheets no longer reside in separate databases.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But there's more to this whole Nelly. There's more videos to her. We will break it down.
And you're going to be the infrastructure around all of that.
That is our goal, and we think that opportunity is huge. We think that's going to be great for Ripple. We think it's going to be great for XRP, which is a digital asset we use.
So in short, our proposals, I think, is a quite simple one. And that is that there be a independent enterprise. Now, it can be a quasi-governmental. There's certainly a role for strict standards and government role in this. But having been in the government, knowing how difficult it is to actually do technological innovation in government, being a representative of government that couldn't build a medical website, and after 3 tries eventually went to the private sector to get it done. This has really got to be built, if it's going to be built on time and it's got to be built with private sector involvement. But that entity would make those standard protocols available to the entire existing financial ecosystem. That entity would make those standard protocols available to the entire existing financial ecosystem.
Possibilities. Something is going to be the trust layer that lots of stuff gets built on that's programmable.
To banks, payment providers, and others, standard set of protocols.
Ripple is trying to be a payment rail for all the money that sits in between the banking system. And there'll be a new economy built on top of that.
The ability to enhance each other's understanding, the ability to connect the diverse economies, the 200 or so countries in the world, and make sure the payment system works for all different profiles of companies.
My gut feeling is we're not going to know the winner for 3 to 5 years. I'm not positive it's going to be winner take all. The winner is going to be worth a whole lot of money because more and more of the world will get built on top of a trust protocol.
We need to make sure that the payments architecture has the right privacy protections so that people can trust using the system, because trust is really the essential linchpin of any payment system.
The world will get built on top of a trust protocol.
We need to make sure that the payments architecture has the right privacy protection.
It's going to be always around, and I believe will be our store of value for crypto, but it will not be the winner, certainly, for a whole bunch of reasons, and least of which is privacy.
Like, I was skeptical that XRP would have lasting power. The XRP army is real.
It started with a vision, now it's spreading wide. SLT's the token, it's our Degen pride. 24 hours crypto, leading the call. Bringing XRP believers, united we stand tall. First ledger's on fire, trades like the scene. SLT's the movement, power in the dream. From the memes to the moon, we're making it real. 100 XRP, that's the deal. I salute you, you salute me. Together in XRP we believe. From the trenches to the skies we see. XRP to 100 destiny. This ain't just a token, it's a battle cry. For those who know, XRP will fly high. Salute is the name, SLT the ticker. First ledger's buzzing, trades getting quicker. Building the future, brick by brick. In a world powered by Ripple, the vision will stick. We're more than a meme, it's a movement strong. XRP believers, let's prove them wrong. I salute you, you salute me. Together in XRP we believe. From From the trenches to the skies we see, XRP to hunt a destiny. 24-hour crypto, the captain of the crew. SLT's the anthem for the bold and true. Through the dips and the pumps, we stand and fight, believing in the ledger, in the dawn's bright light. I salute you, you salute me. Together in XRP we believe. From the trenches to the skies we see, XRP to hunt a destiny. So raise your SLT, let the world hear the sound. XRP believers, we're Ripple bound. From the memes to the charts, the vision is clear. Salute to the future, the time is near. I salute you, you salute me. Together in XRP we believe. From the trenches to the skies we see, XRP to hunt a destiny.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch. I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.